Oh, I want to share something with you guys, okay? And that's another aspect of racism and classism that it's really not being talked about enough, is the migration of people and what that does to family functions. Because I'm just on the way home from the airport and I've been bawling my eyes out in the car for the past 1 hour of my drive, because I dropped my brother-in-law off at the airport. He came to visit us on Thursday and he's now going back to his base in the UK. And originally he's from Nigeria, and I've known him for the last 18 years of my life. And I was raised in a dysfunctional family. I was raised in a very broken home. And he particularly was the first person that I really deeply connected with in the family I got married into. And because of the way racism and classism works, and the demonization and dehumanization of African countries, and therefore the lesser access to visa and to a living standard that is actually worth a human life, people are forced to migrate all over the world, which means his brother came to Germany. This is where we met. Then we traveled to Nigeria frequently. His family, or our family, is spread different countries from the US, Canada, Europe, UK, all over the world, which means also because of classism and because of living costs, flight tickets are not easily accessible for everybody. Especially most African families are bigger families, so there are being multiple people that have migrated from their home countries to wherever they are now living, and then had children, which now means you have nieces and nephews that there is basically no connection or no real physical connection to. Because of course, before you carry 3, 2, 5 people to take a flight from Europe to America, from America to Europe, from Canada to Europe, you'll be paying thousands of euro. And because of the way the world is, that's simply not accessible for most people on a regular basis. Regular meaning once a year at least. So therefore that affects family functions all over the world. And literally anybody that migrates from his home country looking for a better life outside of his home country is affected by that. And of course that comes with emotions, it comes with sadness, it comes with the lack of family connections, it comes with celebrating things like Christmas, birthdays in different parts of the world, but always apart from each other because of the way the world is. And at the root of all that is racism and classism, because let's just be fucking for real, nobody willingly, wholeheartedly leaves his home country to go to a place where in many cases they don't speak the language, they have no idea about the culture, they are being exoticized right from the get-go, they're being excluded from society because of racism. They have harder access to good paying jobs because they are being seen as lesser than, because of lesser educated, because of the demonization and dehumanization of the African continent, and all had children, meaning the education that African people particularly have gotten in Africa is literally worthless in many situations outside of Africa, meaning they then have to start from scratch, building themselves up on top of the trauma that they are going to face every single day while being in a white man's land. All while being apart from your family, having no background, having no support system that is physically present to back you up, help with childcare, help with just presence, just giving you a safe space, giving you community, connection, family, joy. All these things are just not the case for most people that migrate out of poverty reasons or out of classistic reasons. And then on the other hand, we have people that be like, I think you should go back where you come from, and I think you should die. Respectfully. And this is yet again a moment like this where this really, really dawned on me. And this is not even my blood connection, clearly. So it will be a lot harder if this was somebody's blood connection, somebody's, blood brother. Because of the way I was taken in by my family, and because they filled that gap of family union, of community of belonging for me, my attachment to them is very strong, particularly to my youngest brother-in-law. And then being united but being apart yet again in such a short amount of time is really emotionally challenging. And that's something that I think we should be talking about, those aspects a lot more, because it does matter. It matters to the person's emotional well-being, on top of all the other challenges that they are already facing that come with migration. So maybe if you're one of these people that is like, oh, I think you should go back to where you come from because this is not your country, maybe remember why these people are there, and that for fucking hell they wouldn't be there if white people didn't build an entire fucking system of white supremacy, literally castigating everybody that is not white, literally dehumanizing everybody that's not white, and literally putting ourselves on some type of pedestal as if we are the default human beings, and like, if you're white, you're the standard. If you're anything else, you're lesser than. Because everything is tied together. Everything is tied together, and all these things work together hand in hand to continuously have black people in suffering, even if they are financially wealthy, well-to-do, if they have settled in their countries of migration, still there will always be people left behind, or people left in other parts of the world. And that's something that is not being considered enough.